This is an insanely good week for GTA Online players looking to get their hands on some incredibly effective but really cheap vehicle purchases. Rockstar just dropped a massive round of Black Friday vehicle discounts that were not initially available with the standard weekly update that started on Tuesday, and so today on the show, we will be reviewing these purchases in this bonus GTA Online update buyer's guide. There's 17 in total for a limited time only, and there was no way to fit these in with the other standard event week discounts, so I hope you can enjoy this double discounts week for GTA Online. With so much to go through, we have to get started. If you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, then let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you want to stay up to date with everything GTA Online and Rockstar games, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. So, just so you are aware, I did cover the standard weekly event property and vehicle discounts yesterday, and that video will be linked in the description below should you feel interested in checking that one out. But this video will only cover the Black Friday vehicle discounts available from today, Friday, November 25th through Monday, November 28th. First, let's start off with the community's favorite vehicle, the Pegassi Oppressor Mark II, which is 50% off. This is a GTA grinder's best friend, but it's also a GTA griefer's best friend as well. Despite several nerfs, it's still incredibly effective in PvE and even PvP combat, and overall, I would absolutely recommend this vehicle to any player looking to use a very effective tool to traverse the map with ease and grind their money method. Not much needs to be said about performance here. This vehicle is so infamous for being good and for being bad that if you do pick one up, congrats, as you got arguably the best vehicle in the game for 50% off. After that, we have the Pegassi Torero XO for 40% off. This is also a great vehicle that released with the Criminal Enterprises DLC update. It is comparable to the Krieger in having a great top speed and traction. Acceleration appears to be slightly inferior though due to the rear wheel drive layout, but it is still good enough to propel this vehicle after slowing down considerably, and its handling remains really good for taking corners, but it's still a good idea to brake so you can perform really sharp turns with the Torero. Overall, this vehicle is a well-balanced supercar and I do recommend picking it up. For number 3, we have the Benefactor SM722 for 40% off. This is an ultra popular choice for car enthusiasts. It's based on the Mercedes-Benz Sterling Moss, and it was long awaited by players when it was first released. The interior on this car looks great because there's no roof on this vehicle, and performance-wise, the SM722 is mediocre for the sports class in my opinion. The acceleration is decent and it has a rather high top speed, but in my opinion, it does lack the high downforce which several of its rivals enjoy, and while this car is fairly easy to control and its handling is fairly predictable, it does have a big tendency to oversteer through corners if you handle this car roughly like I do, and overall, while it is a relatively fun car to drive, do take note of the lack of downforce and the body roll when you drive. Overall though, I do say that it's worth a buy. After that, we have the Benefactor LM87 for 40% off. Being an endurance racing car here, this vehicle performs really well as it has a higher than average top speed and acceleration is also impressive. However, it can be affected by high wheel spin due to the immense power, which can result in a delay before the LM87 can get going, therefore being problematic for races if you're not careful with throttle input. Braking is pretty good here as well, much better than the RE7B in my opinion, and at higher speeds, the LM87 corners incredibly fast compared to other supercars, but can struggle at lower speed corners when the air doesn't provide enough downforce to keep the tires planted and retain enough grip, causing some slight understeer. After that, the Impante Deluxo is 50% off. On land, the Deluxo has decent speed, acceleration, and good handling on the road. Its top speed is roughly 110 miles an hour according to the game files, and one may experience slight oversteer at medium speeds, but it's not much of a problem in the hands of an experienced driver. In hover mode, not only does this allow the vehicle to traverse terrain easily, but it allows the player to travel over water, and it can also turn on a dime in hover mode if needed. You can even equip the Deluxo with missiles and machine guns, and I highly recommend this vehicle to those who do not own it. After that, we have a discount for 40% off the Ruiner 2000. The Ruiner 2000 performs better in all areas of the game compared to the standard Ruiner, plus you get additional abilities and features like the power jump and parachute, which you can deploy in the air to help yourself glide to a harder or further to reach destination, or just to avoid falling too hard back to the ground and crashing and breaking your vehicle. This used to be a highly rated vehicle and purchase in GTA, and while I think it's still really unique and fun to drive, there are unfortunately better choices out there in my opinion, so it's questionable on if you want to spend your money on this one or not. After that, we have the Declasse Scramjet for 50% off. This is a really fun vehicle to drive. The scramjet has really good acceleration and top speed, as well as decent handling and braking too. The suspension is low due to its wheels having negative camber, which also helps with cornering, and this vehicle can be upgraded with other modifications like weapons and a rocket booster that is more effective than other similar vehicles, and this rocket booster propels the vehicle for 2.5 seconds, but it does take 4 seconds to fully recharge. Unlike most cars with the same feature, the booster can also be deactivated earlier upon activation, allowing for more controllable speed boosts if you want. And you can also try out the power hop that provides the same effectiveness as the Ruiner 2000, and this helps the car in avoiding obstacles such as concrete barriers, roadblocks by police, etc. After that, we have the Mammoth Avenger for 50% off. Like the Mobile Operations Center, the Avenger serves as a mobile transport for the player's personal weaponized vehicle, and it can be temporarily stored in this aircraft during that same session. And because it is a VTOL aircraft, you can fly it like a helicopter or you can fly it like a plane. And like the MOC, the Avenger has immensely durable armor and it can withstand incredible damage from players. This aircraft can also be modified to be equipped with several weapons and defense mechanisms like chaff, flare, and smoke countermeasures, plus a cannon mounted on the front with additional options for gas, explosive, incendiary, and cluster bombs. You can even put this Avenger in autopilot mode if you so choose. After that, we have the Pegassi Toreador. This vehicle serves two purposes. In car mode, the Toreador seems to have fair handling and speed, but it has average acceleration. The handling and cornering ability are also fairly good, but the rear-wheel drive layout does make its presence known at times through the slippery handling that you'll encounter from time to time, and in submarine mode, performance is also just average. Just some things to note though, this vehicle is better than the Stromberg because of the rocket booster, and if a player owns the Kasatka with a sonar upgrade, the Toreador is granted sonar abilities as well, and this vehicle takes 6 homing rockets or 2 RPG rockets to explode, and can be equipped with machine guns, torpedoes, or other standard missiles. After that, we have the Pegassi Oppressor for 50% off. The Oppressor's speed is impeccable. While performing similarly to other sports bikes in the game, the Oppressor is slightly quicker and responsive on the track, and its most distinctive feature are the 4 wings that can be extended, allowing this bike to glide and maintain altitude for a limited time on a jump or off a ledge. And with proper maneuvering and gliding, one player can cover long distances and reach areas which most vehicles usually cannot, such as the top of buildings if you want to get there. And the bike is equipped with a rear-mounted rocket booster, which can be used as a brief speed boost on the ground or while airborne, and this vehicle can be equipped with machine guns and missiles. It's a fun alternative to the MK2 variant if you just outright refuse to use that for some reason. Some players may find that the Oppressor Mark II makes the game too easy. But after that, we have 50% off the RO-86 Alkonost. As expected from an aircraft of this size, the Alkonost is very difficult to take off or land as it requires a vastly open area, such as runways of LSIA or Fort Zancudo, and while slow compared to most aircraft, it is seemingly quicker than the RM-10 Bombushka and the Volatile. The aircraft's handling is also quite erratic. Even on the ground, this aircraft is going to lift off if the player just leans forward while going forwards or backwards, so this is recommended to just not force the vehicle during the landing process because you don't want to explode yourself. And for defense, it's honestly not that strong either, only being able to withstand 2 homing missiles before exploding on the third. You do get all the standard offensive and defensive weapons and countermeasures with this aircraft though, so that is something to consider. Next up, we have the HVY Chernobog for 50% off. The Chernobog has decent speed for a truck of its size, and it is very maneuverable at low speeds thanks to its all-wheel steering system, but generally it does have sluggish handling at higher speeds, as it often struggles to drive straight after turning. Its large size and huge weight also ensure that most vehicles hit by this Chernobog will get crushed and then explode, causing damage to your own vehicle, which is just pretty fun to do, but it is going to eventually lead to you destroying your own Chernobog. The rocket system can also fire up to 5 rockets, either independently or in a quick successive burst, and after that, the system is going to need to require 4 seconds to reload those tubes before you can fire the next row. And a cool feature of this vehicle is the ability to tow an anti-aircraft trailer in collaboration with another player, like one of your friends, which gives the vehicle increased potential, as this trailer turret can provide additional defense when the main vehicle is suppressing enemies and it's too busy. After that, we have 40% off the Buckingham Luxor as well as the Buckingham Luxor Deluxe. The Luxor is a good way to fly leisurely, but not so much in a competitive way. The Luxor is on par with the Shamal as the 5th fastest aircraft in the game, outperformed by the Hydra, the Laser, the Bessra, and the Vestra. However, the Luxor has the least mobility and the greatest vehicle mass in GTA Online air races, and it won't take corners as sharply as the Duster, but it can keep up with a good lead in a straight. After that, finally, we have 40% 50% off the Buckingham Swift as well as the Buckingham Swift Deluxe. The Swift is one of the fastest and most maneuverable helicopters available in the game, with a top speed of over 150 knots, which is higher than the Buzzard. It does have a very fast acceleration ability, and this heli is incredibly responsive to being able to quickly correct its flight path in case there's trouble in the air, and the Swift can carry up to 4 players, with the players in the back seats having access to assault rifles and light machine guns. However, the Swift's armor is very weak, making it just as vulnerable and weak as other helicopters, which can explode fast in basically 1 RPG. So honestly, you could probably pass this one up. And then after that, while not necessarily a vehicle, we do have 50% off the Galaxy Super Yachts as well as the yacht upgrades and modifications. Honestly, with a new DLC coming up right around the corner, it still may not be worth spending your money on this because you can put it towards the new business or whatever we get in the next DLC update for GTA Online. But if you do have several dozen $1 million and you're looking to spend it in some way, well, you can get 50% off a very expensive purchase in GTA Online that does unlock its own unique set of missions, and you just get a cool place to hang out with helicopters, different boats, you get a hot tub, a captain, you can move this vehicle around. It's pretty cool. But with that said, we've reviewed every major discounted purchase in GTA Online with the Black Friday fire sale this week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We're going to be wrapping things up right here. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best GTA Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next GTA Online video. Adios, amigos.